Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that before we started recording? Now everyone's going to be able to see the stuff in my teeth.
I thought I caught you before you pressed record.
No, I already pressed
Didn't
record.
you have that last week too?
Oh, wow. I just ate broccoli.
What do you mean, oh, wow?
Guys, broccoli is so delicious, but apparently it gets stuck in your teeth sometimes. Is that a crime?
Do I need?
No.
I can carry the show while you brush them.
I'm not going to brush my teeth
We're
on
gonna have to
show.
lift this pop filter so I can't see the mouth.
Oh my God. We don't have an intro song.
But you picked one.
Roll the intro. Welcome to We Are Where We Are.
So you're not brushing your teeth.
The podcast where Eric and I are having a conversation and you are the third wheel that's listening in. I'm trying to define our podcast voice and brand.
But like we have a narrator or like an intro?
No, but in the description of our podcast, I wrote, what's better than a convo between a girl and her... No, what's better than being the third wheel in a convo between a girl and her man? Nothing.
That's our official
description. Did you even know that?
I mean, I feel like I heard it, but I didn't know that's what we were putting out there.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, guess what? I have an update.
On what?
So I think it was not last podcast, but the podcast before. Actually, last podcast at the end, we said that we were going to bring this up, but it was 2 podcasts ago where I said, oh, a couple of my childhood friends have unfollowed me and I'm bummed out about that because we told each other our aspirations and our dreams. And I'm just always rooting for my childhood friends because of that, because I want to see if they have lived out what they set out for when they were younger. I mean, things can change, but you just want to see somebody grow up and into the person that they are now and what that looks like. So I have an update. So nothing about the girl because that's a lost cause in my opinion. It doesn't matter. But the guy who unfollowed me, so I kind of have closure, but it's unconfirmed closure. So like this could be totally wrong, but I'm 3,000% sure it's right.
Random number.
But starts with a 3.
What?
So it's awesome.
Because it's odd?
No. Well, yes, I don't like even numbers, but...
What is this thing where it starts with a 3 being awesome?
Well, I like the number 3 and I like the number 7. So I could have as easily gone with 7,000, but I went 3,000 instead.
What's your closure, Evie?
Okay. So my closure is... So I think maybe on the first or second podcast, I told you... Or no, it was in that podcast.
Oh, for God's sake. Are you going to do the whole thing again where it's like 2 podcasts ago we had this?
Are you going to let me speak freely or what?
I don't know. Let's see.
So anyways.
You got me on the edge of my seat.
I do? Don't fall. I'm almost there. God. So basically I told you guys that I playfully wrote to him, like I sent him a message and I was like, oh, did you get a new girlfriend who told you to unfollow me again? Because he had unfollowed me like a year ago and his reason for that was his girlfriend told him to unfollow me. Drum roll, please.
When do I get to jump in and just say bits?
What do you want to say?
Well, I'm just like, I just want to emphasize the idea that like texts, you're reading the text in your voice, but like it's always read in the voice of the person. Like he could be, so he might be like, this bitch, what is she thinking?
Oh, but come on, if you know me, you're gonna know the voice that I'm talking in, right?
Keep going.
Okay, so fair point, actually. Oh well,
you gotta be careful.
I didn't get a response from him. That's why this is just speculative and not confirmed closure. However, I saw a video where he's back in town because he was away, like in a different province, and he's back in town, and I found out that he's actually back in town for good. And on the video that he posted on his Instagram about being back in town, that ex of his commented on it, and she hasn't commented on a video since he refollowed me, which makes me believe that they are good. Back together, or he either wants to get back together, and I don't think she's gonna say yes if they're already not back together, if he's following people that she told him.
Why does that make you feel like you have closure?
It makes me feel like I have closure because
it's not him.
Yeah, it it's basically for the same reason as before. It's not like, and nothing has changed with me or my content or my personality.
I see.
Or anything like that. So yeah, it's just circumstance, which I think is pretty shitty in my opinion.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think that a significant other, your significant other, should be telling you who you can and cannot follow. Because where do you draw the line? Sure, people can say, oh, it's social media, like friendships don't matter. But social media and internet friendships are very real for some people. And also, where do you draw the line at social media and internet and real life? Are they not allowed to now have friends of the opposite gender in real life? That doesn't make sense.
This is, we're calling a friend, right? Because it was just like MSN. It was like 15 years ago and didn't really mean anything.
What are you talking about mean anything?
The fella.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like an ex the way people say
well, did we even say that? Did we even mention that?
Well, I thought you did in...
Oh, I don't remember.
9offline.com.
Oh, I did,
find
but
out more.
Nobody would know that that's about him, though.
Oh, for God's sake, did I just spill something?
For the people that know who my first unofficial boyfriend is.
There's no way I'm putting things together here. That has to be out there in some kind of order.
Okay, so in Love Is Not a Dumb Idea, which is a good segue for an ad read for my book, I do mention in the first story that like my high school ex-boyfriend is my real ex-boyfriend or my real first boyfriend. Or whatever, because technically the boyfriend that I had in grade 8, which is also this guy, was like putting each other's names in our MSN names, which doesn't count. Like, come on. At this point, they're a childhood friend.
Well, this is what I was going to get at, is like you asked where the line was drawn, and I can understand her being comfortable if you were like an actual ex, but this is not really an actual ex.
I get that. I get where you're coming from, and I get what she might think if that were the case. But one, it's not the case. But if it were, I would have trust in you. Do you know what I mean? Like, no other external factor matters in terms of other people and who I do or do not trust. I trust you, and that should be good enough.
Okay, so now that's the second angle, though.
What?
Well, there's that angle of like, you should have trust in the person, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then there's the other angle of if you're not an ex by like traditional terms, then she's saying he can't follow women as a blanket statement or like female friends.
That's not true. That's not true, because he still does follow some of my childhood friends as well who are females.
Are they attractive?
And my family members. And you can't say my family members are not attractive.
Don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm just saying, like, he still follows attractive women. It's not, but that's what I'm saying. Where do you draw the line? Like, you can't shield him when you're going to a restaurant or when you're going to a park or when, you have to have the trust in the other person. If
you're going to like a restaurant, there's no one dressed like those Instagram thoughts just at Jack Astor's.
Well, you don't know that. And I don't dress as an Instagram thought.
I didn't say that.
But you're saying there's nobody.
You put words in my mouth.
No, you are saying that there's nobody dressed as an Instagram.
That's how I feel. I'm not taking it
back. I just think that I think it's like a little controlling act, and whether it's like innocent or not, I don't know how it could really be innocent, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, she's not scrolling through his feed, he is.
Okay, two more devil's advocate positions then.
Okay. Test me, why don't you?
The first
Challenge
one
me.
is it's not a threat, but what if she feels a type of way about herself? So it's obviously something she has to work with, but like, maybe she feels that you bring something to the table that she doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, because there are two types of trust. So one,
I'm not saying trust. I'm not saying she doesn't want him looking at it.
I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying there's two types of trust. One is the trust that we've already spoken about trusting your significant other not to act on whatever they see that she deems attractive or whatever. Basically, trust on them not to cheat, right? And the second trust is if it is an insecurity of hers and she thinks that I have something that she doesn't have and she doesn't want him to see that, then she has to trust that he has chosen her for a reason. Like, she has to trust that she brings what he likes to the table And that's why he's with her. Otherwise, he would go find somebody that's like me because I'm taken and then be with that person. Do you know what I mean? Like, her insecurity should not be the reason that he has to unfollow people that he's friends with, especially because, one, I've known him longer than she has, which is fine. If he wants a future with her, it doesn't matter. I guess you'll cut anyone out who you want a future with if they ask you to. But
flying off the tracks at record speed here.
I'm sorry. I just have to mention that. But also, that doesn't matter. What matters is that she should have trust in the fact that he has chosen her. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, there are women on your social media who I'm not threatened by, but they're skinnier than me. And an insecurity of mine is my weight right now because I'm gaining a ton of weight. So I have to trust that you just like my extra rolls and who I am for me, and not be like, oh, he's looking at skinnier people on his Instagram, because I would never tell you to unfollow those people.
So trying to tie this back to this, the second thing is, you never tell me to unfollow them because you know it means something for me to follow them, in the sense that, like, I know them, or I knew them, or I still interact with them. I'm just hypothetically saying, like, if you said, I don't want to buy soy milk anymore because it makes me gassy, I don't give a crap, because I don't like soy milk to begin with. So you're not controlling my life to say no soy milk in this household.
I get it.
So if he doesn't care, and I'm not saying this is the case, but if he doesn't care and it's like unfollowing CNN, I'm not going to be like butthurt about having to unfollow CNN.
Right.
Or whatever.
So you're saying, yeah, guys. So Eric is woeing because our bedroom light just turned on at full brightness. And there's this thing that our bedroom light does. And that is, when we turn it on, it goes on, but it's dim, and there's no dimmer or anything.
I think there's two bulbs in there and one just doesn't trigger.
Weird.
And now it's too bright.
But we have to wait. It happens at random times. It could happen in 3 minutes. It could happen in 10 minutes. At this point, it happened in 12 minutes, but the light just goes full brightness randomly. And then we're like, yay, we can finally see. I can see your beautiful face. Okay. So back to wrap up what we were talking about. So you were saying, if our friendship to him means nothing, it's not a big deal to unfollow me.
I think the place it's coming from is still wrong. Like, I just think it's offside to tell someone else who they should and shouldn't follow.
Yeah. With
the only caveat being, like, if there's like a complicated past with that person.
True, but none of these things apply here, which is why I'm like even more.
So the bitch is crazy.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
No, I just think that, like, if your all-encompassing trust is not there in the relationship,
PC,
the two trusts that I talked about. What are you talking about?
Too PC.
I don't want to upset feminists because I don't want to put a bitch down.
For God's sake. Okay.
No, but it is weird to me because, one, I'm not an Instagram thought. I plaster you all over my Instagram all the time. Like, I'm trying to promote a book. Sure, he's like has a line in the book, but like it doesn't mean anything.
Maybe she doesn't want to see me.
Maybe she's jealous of you.
Like,
maybe she's like, oh, I don't have a boyfriend that lives up to that.
Right?
Look at that. But no, I really do think that she's not scrolling through. She's not following me. So she's not seeing. It shouldn't be triggering to her if there's some, like, the only.
What if?
What?
What if she just scrolls through and unfollows and he's too embarrassed to say she does that?
Oh, interesting.
Like, she just takes complete control and he comes on randomly and is like, wait, what?
I mean, good on him, because that is protecting your person.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think you just need to call out and be like, she does this. So then it's your gateway to have a conversation with someone to confirm that this person's crazy.
But
and then
I think
run the other way.
I think that, you know how if you disagree in front of somebody, you don't disagree in front of somebody, you just take it home and then talk about the disagreement because you don't want to make your partner look bad.
Okay.
I feel like that is what if that's the case, your what if, then I feel like he's doing the right thing by not saying that she's the one doing this, because he's saying, I'm gonna decide not to tell the public and I'm just gonna talk to her about what she's done. Do you know what I mean? And also, to your point about before about like, oh, if soy milk gives me the shits or something and you don't like it,
wow,
then you're not going to have it because you don't really like it. Like, I get that it's disrespectful in a sense if something is an insecurity of hers and she doesn't want to be reminded of that, but it's not her feed. She's not following me. He is. And you and I scroll our Instagram feed separately. If we want to show each other something, we're like, look at this.
Is there something that I could follow that you would be like,
no,
you have to unfollow that?
No, because I'm secure in you.
Okay.
Unless you're following some like right-wing conservative hoaxy bullshit. Well, if you started to believe those beliefs, I'd be like, divorce. So anyways.
Divorce?
Yeah. Because we're married.
Just move on. Can we talk about the YouTube video that you just filmed?
Yeah, let's talk about it, Eric. Okay, first of all,
I have somewhere to start, but do you have somewhere to start?
Well, I just want to preface this by, I have a YouTube channel. If you're a new listener, hey, what's up? I've got a YouTube channel. It's called Evie, EVIEWHY on YouTube. The last YouTube video I did is the one that we're talking about.
What's it called?
I changed the title.
Okay.
So it originally was called The Scariest Moment of My Life. And then I decided to change it to He Pranked Me and I Fell.
I don't think you fell. You like dove for cover. You took shelter in the fetal position.
Okay, let's talk about that. Why the hell?
No. Hang on. Before... Is there ever going to be one of these Evie Cooks YouTube videos where Eric gets like a really nice meal?
What do you mean? This is my first cooking YouTube video.
No, we had the Halloween one as well.
Oh, right.
And now we're 0 for 2. Like, they were good, but like...
Excuse me? At the end of the video, you were like, these are good.
They were good, but like...
These are really good.
They were good, but like... just to try them, like...
But they were good.
I didn't finish them.
But you liked them.
They were good, but they wasn't...
They were good.
Wow, like...
I'm pretty sure you said, wow, these are good.
Well, the bar was super low coming into it because I don't like French toast.
Oh, since when?
I'm not into sweet.
But it's not sweet until you put the syrup on it, which there was none.
Well, you just have the eggy bread?
Yeah. I love that with some butter on top. So good. So not sweet. So delicious. Anyways, okay, first of all, what the hell possessed you to scare the absolute shit out of me? And don't say content, because that's such a shite house.
No,
answer.
I just thought it was a perfect opportunity. I've wanted to do this particular one for a while, and you have to just, pick your moments.
Wow.
So the clip that I played was Robin Williams shouting "Good Morning Vietnam." Yeah,
a lot of people have been asking me what the heck I got scared about.
It was his intro. I guess it's in a movie or something. He's a radio DJ. Mm-hmm. So I've used it before.
But it sounded like a siren.
Yeah. He comes in loud.
I know.
And when I was able to control the Apple TV from my phone, I knew that it had the potential because I've done that at home. Mm-hmm. So I have a history with this particular prank.
Did you? Oh, you've pranked your family members?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they scream as loud as I did?
No one has. That was insane.
Did you know that the TV was going to be that loud when you did it?
No, I didn't. I actually thought I was going to ruin it because on the phone, there's no volume meter. So all I did was just press the volume up a bunch of times, but that could have been like 10 volume or whatever. And
right.
It would have just been like, oh, what was that? And you're like, oh man, Eric, stop that because I'm filming. We're like, sorry. No, instead you trembled when you screamed, like your body shook.
Yeah. On TikTok, I posted one angle of it, but in the YouTube video, I posted 2 angles of it because I had a camera on the food, but you could see because I went to the floor, you could see me on the floor because it shows the floor a little bit in that angle, and you just see my body because you can see my body while I'm cooking, and my body literally shook as if I had hypothermia. Like,
why was your move fetal position? Hang on.
Back to the womb. That's the safest place on this earth.
When it goes off and you turn into the abyss where the sound's coming from.
Yeah.
And I can understand like what the hell was that being why the trembling, but why when you see there's nothing there, like, do you still think that I don't see it, but there's something
I screamed
wrong?
Twice.
Yeah,
so
that was weird too.
I screamed once at the sound, and then I screamed twice at nothing being there. Then I'm freaked the hell out, and I just dropped to the floor, and whatever's going to take me is going to take me, because there is some paranormal activity going on in this house right now.
Oh my God.
Like, just take my soul. I don't know.
Asked for any more. I'm so happy.
And then you made me burn the food.
I did not.
Yeah, you did, because it was sat cooking there while I was in the fetal position. Then I couldn't breathe after. And like very not so far before that, I broke a plate and I was bleeding.
Yeah, like,
so my soul was already exposed.
You told me just go into the office and then I'm going to film this video.
Yeah.
And then I'll make breakfast.
Yeah. And
I didn't expect that to be such a hands-on experience for me.
You didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, there was blood and glass. I found glass the next day under the toaster oven.
I accidentally, so we have these 2 mini dishes, like sort of like, think of like dishes that you put under a teacup sort of size. And I had 2 of those, one with the pineapple on it and one that says delicious from H&M Home.
Delicious.
And we put those on top of our big plates because there's nowhere else to put them. So we just stack our plates from largest to smallest. And I didn't know that there was a small plate on top of the medium-sized plate that I was trying to pick out to put the cooked French toast balls on. So I pull out the medium plate, the top one, as if like, yes, this is the plate that I need. Just like really not aggressively, but just with purpose. And then as I'm pulling that one out, the other one slides forward, like hits me in the face, hits the camera, hits the granite countertops or whatever they are, and then breaks in 2. And I'm sad. And then somehow I cut myself. And then I looked at the plate. There was blood on it. I looked at my finger. There's blood dripping down it. And then not too long after that, Eric
the whole
scared
thing
me.
fell apart. But
it's always when I turn on the camera.
I don't understand. Like you cooked, well, the soup last night wasn't your fault. But like you can cook when the camera's not on.
The soup last night? What did I do wrong?
Well, we found out that you had to soak it overnight. Oh
yeah, so it is my fault because I didn't soak it overnight.
Well, I know, but you didn't cook it wrong. It just, the ingredients weren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just hard soup.
What am I going to do for my next video?
Organize your clothes by color.
I already did that.
Fold it.
Eric, that's
move
not...
Move it out of the den.
No, my videos have not been getting that great of views recently.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe we should do... what can we do?
We interrupt this broadcast to bring to you 9offline.com. If you didn't know already...
2 plugs.
Evie...
the presenting sponsor, clearly.
Evie, me, the one who's speaking, I have I was going to say an audiobook, but I have more than that. I have an ebook, a PDF, and I have an audiobook. And you can get both of those at 9offline, like the number 9, N-I-N-E, offline, where we should sometimes be because being online all the time is not good, .com. 9offline.com. It's called Love Is Not a Dumb Idea. And I have 7 poems and 7 short stories about my failed love life. Actually, it is about a failed love life, but near the end, you see the evolution of my ideas of love to where I am today in a loving relationship. Okay, end of ad read. 9offline.com. Go get it. Thank you. I kissed them. Are you okay?
Am I what?
Eric, speaking of kisses.
What?
Okay, guys, I do this thing where Eric makes it very apparent to me that I do this, but I've never explained it. This thing where...
Where is this going?
In improv class, I learned like to connect ideas so that you can say yes and all the time. You should think of the topic, which is A, and then think of another topic that relates to that, which is B, and then think of something that relates to B, which is C. So then you're supposed to do whatever C is. So it's not like a direct relation, but it still somehow relates to topic A, and then do that as your next move.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is I do that, but I just blurt out C.
Conversation.
Yeah, in conversation. I just blurt out comedy. C, and you have no idea what A or B was, and I just say C.
Can you show your work?
What did I just blurt out? Speaking of kisses.
Yeah.
So, okay, kisses is the subject, and then B from kisses is other women, and then
what?
Other women. Kisses.
Kissing other women?
No, you are kissing other women.
I am?
And C, which is what I was going to say next, is Eric looked in his DM request since we looked at my DM requests last week. And Eric was curious to see if he had any DM requests. And he does, everybody. He does. It's from a female who said, what did she say again? Something with a heart. That's all I remember. I just remember the heart.
It was a green heart, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's not easy to find. You have to look for that. It's not just like...
So it was an intentional thing. Not even bracket 3. It wasn't even her, like, most used thing. She's going to look for this green heart. What did it say again?
It was just like, how are you doing? Or like... I mean...
Oh, yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah, is everything okay?
Yeah. Is everything okay with a heart? I want you to unfollow her and block her.
I'm not even following her.
Block her.
Block?
No, I'm just kidding. And all of her pictures were of boobs, so she definitely wants you.
What do you mean of boobs?
Of her boobs. They were very prominent in her photos.
They were prominent?
Yes. You know how the rule of thirds when you're taking photos? Like her boobs hit right on those top 2 crosses of the rule of thirds. She wants you. Are you going to answer her back?
No.
Why not?
She's probably a bot.
That's the reason? Not because you're in a relationship and taken?
Yeah, because I won't get a reply back.
Wow. All right. What's the question of the week?
Okay. I want to sort of like go into a little bit of a fantasy world for a second here.
Okay, easy. We just got out of the fantasy world with you and Celeste.
For the love of God. Travel, hotels. What is the first thing you do to make yourself feel home when you walk into your hotel room?
To make yourself feel home?
Yeah.
I don't. It's a hotel room. You're supposed to feel like you're in another place.
You take your shoes off, you go check out the view, and then you launch on the bed and turn on local TV.
Okay, I launch on the bed and scroll through Instagram.
Scroll through Instagram?
That's what makes me feel at home. You asked what makes me feel at home, not what makes me feel like I'm in another country.
But is that what you actually do?
Yeah.
Like feel at home in the hotel.
Or like
feel
call
homely.
my mother.
You gotta lay roots in the town that you're in.
No,
get to know what their weather's like.
To be honest, there's no like feeling at home. But the first thing I do in a hotel room is tour the hotel room and take video of it. That's what makes me feel at home.
That's exhausting.
Why? It's really fun.
Because you've just been on like this whole ordeal through the airport and on the plane.
Exactly.
And a taxi to the hotel.
Yes.
And then you got to figure out, like, if it's another country, you got to do the whole broken language thing.
Right.
At the front desk.
Which is why when I go
and if your card doesn't work, sometimes you got to like push it in and pull it out really quickly and like figure out how to get the sensor to work. And then you're just irritated. So then are you going to talk at all?
I'm trying, but I'm just going to let you have the stage because you talked over me when I was trying to get a word in. I mean, you kept going. You didn't talk over me. Well, you did, but you just kept going. What I was going to say is for all of those reasons, stop giving me the middle finger.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I was sitting on my face.
Let the record show Eric is giving me the middle finger.
If I wanted to give you the middle finger, it wouldn't be this subtle thing.
It's a subliminal middle finger. To your point, everything is so frustrating and sometimes annoying for you. I don't care about the language barrier and all of those little swipe your card in and have to do it again. Who cares? What I what I'm saying though is if you do feel that way, it's nice to like feel inspired by something new. You're looking forward to looking through the hotel and, ooh, what do they have for you? And what's in the mini bar that you're not going to touch, but like what's in it? What's the view like? That's so cool. Are the pillows fluffy? Have you ever been shocked
by one? Like, have you gotten like, wow, that's a feature I was like not expecting?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but there have been hotel rooms that I've been to where I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And so I appreciate that.
There was a spherical ball of soap at a hotel I was at in Spain.
Whoa.
It was like normally
like a bath bomb?
But it was soap. It was next to the sink.
Oh, weird.
So
like butter balls?
Roll it in your hands. It's really weird. I don't know. It was big too. It was like a jawbreaker.
Oh, weird.
It's just because then you place it down after you've used it and then the bottom gets flat and because it's all wet and mush.
Oh, I really want to travel. Mm. What about you?
I mean, it's complicated. Mm. It's complicated, yeah.
All right. See you next week. Bye.
What a note.